Welcome to the age of Aquarius. How are you guys doing? This reading is for March the 19th, 2023. The energy can flow a few days in or out of the reading, so it depends on your timeline. Anyway, this is Amina. Allow me to be your guide, survival guide in the age of Aquarius. I have a feeling we're all going to need it. Yeah, even me. So, here's the thing. We got the details card again. It makes me kind of laugh because I knew that energy was going to flow through this new moon coming up on Monday. On Moon Day, right? The Pisces new moon. What's interesting is Saturn has moved into Pisces and we're all experiencing the Saturn return energy. So big significant points in our life that happened 15 or 30 years ago. Yes. That it's kind of like lessons we have to revisit, which is really interesting. So this is a test. Welcome to the, what is that? Emergency broadcasting system. This is merely a test. So try not to get too wound up over it. Anyway, these readings are stipulated for Aquarius, but they affect the entire collective because everybody has Aquarius in their chart, some more than others. And if you were born in the 60s, you're feeling the Saturn return. Anyway, just so you know, heads up, especially Gen X. You guys, Gen X, I'm rooting for you, okay? So keep your heads high, stay in integrity, truth, and honor, stick with the law. Because I have a funny feeling many of you are going to be dealing with it in one way or another. It's funny. Oh, anyway, it's funny because this card is the number 7. And when you look at that number, the numerology on 7, what does that mean? Well, in astrology, it's the signs of Libra and Pisces are both associated with this number. Libra, of course, is the Justice card. Yes, indeed. Air signs. Air signs are either operating in their shadow or quite the opposite. So we're going to have some interesting, stuff coming up. It's funny because, well, it's funny and it's not funny. I know you guys, are taking what's happening on the holodeck very seriously. And in some aspects you should. In other aspects, if you really know about the machine and how this is all playing out, it's going to go how it's going to go. So try to relax through it and just go with the flow as much as you can. And I highly suggest anything that relaxes you. Music, detox bath, getting out in nature, gardening, whatever trips your trigger that helps you release some very, very sharp energy. Because that sword right there, the King of Swords has, cuts both ways. So both sides are going to feel the sting of this somehow. Whether it's just the annoyance of it all, or somebody's literally going to get popped in their pocketbook. Not a joking. Anyway, so once it cuts both ways, it's going to be a problem. And it's something we have to overcome. It's a test. How we handle this with grace and ease is what matters. Be the ballerina. Absolutely. Okay, so it's associated with Libra and Pisces. No big surprise. Saturn, the timekeeper Kronos, the ultimate judge, has just stepped into Pisces. So this is like, um, yeah, you pass this test and there's rewards on the other side. No matter which outcome you have, there's either going to be there's going to be lessons learned, period, on both sides of this sword. Trust. And part of it, some of you, it's about keeping your boundaries and sticking with what you said and staying in truth and honor and integrity and backing up the little guy. Somebody that feels, and some of you are literally caught in the middle. Not joking. You're going to be caught in the middle of something. You really don't want to be in the middle of it, but there you are. You need to remain balanced and fair, and integrity is key. Okay. So, Pisces is a super spiritual sign. Okay. And it encourages you to connect with your deeper, greater things than yourself. Okay. So, standing up for what's right. Okay. Paramount. And also, in numerology, as a general rule, people with this number 7 are kind and protective. So like I said, you could find yourself in the middle of something where you're having to protect somebody else. And you have no choice in this matter. You're going to have to stand up for them. So for some of you that are attorneys or lawyers or judges, you're going to have to protect the little people because there are narcissists having a go at them. Okay. And you need to be fair and abide by the law, whether it's cosmic law or man's law. Either way, yeah, it's important. So, and if you don't, oh, karma's coming for you. let me guarantee that, because Saturn don't play. So, and Saturn just moved in Pisces. So, and every time that timekeeper moves, big things happen. That's generally when that timekeeper moves, that's when we see tower moments. So that can be tower moments that are good, tower moments that aren't so good. So keep that in mind. Anyway, these people are generally kind, protective of people, possess strong self-confidence, and they are great Samaritan spirits. And they are usually magnanimous and generous. And despite the image of strength and security, they sometimes will lack initiative, often giving off the image of being indifferent. Very King of Swords energy. Many people accuse Aquarius, which to me, King of Swords is the kings are the fixed signs, is a very Aquarius card. However, we're looking at legalities. So Libra's bleeding into there. The air signs are all here. Okay. So the air signs are all involved in this, whether they're on the good side or the bad side. Yep. The chessboard. So not everything's black and white, but it is when it comes to the law. And so there we go. But I wanted you guys to know about that, about what that number is. And the moon is going to be moving from Aquarius into Pisces at this juncture, the 19th. Okay. And we're going to have the new moon in Pisces as it's moving over into Aries on Tuesday. So the god of war, Aries. So in comes the fight. And you need to stand in your integrity. Stand up for what you believe in. And back the little guy. Okay? Because some narcissist is trying to turn on a little guy. And you need to hold your ground. Okay? and you know what's right and true. You know what the laws are, and it's on your side, okay? You've got to. There's just it's kinda one of those things, you're between a rock and a hard place because of Pluto marching into Aquarius. So you're between especially Aquarius themselves, they're between Saturn that's just stepped over here out of Aquarius into Pisces, and Pluto getting ready to enter. And then we have the moon clicking into Aries. Whoo! Yeah. So many Aquariuses are involved in this particular matter. Just saying. Um, Now this does affect all the sun signs. Trust me. And it will affect you or touch you in some fashion. Anyway, the details. The details, details. What else? Is there anything else I need to tell you? Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Oh yeah, turn the page. um, the astrology was really interesting for Friday, TGIF, because if you look, we got a nice pentacle formatted inside the astrology wheel in the center of the wheel. And I was like, wow, check that out. A 5-pointed star. The star represents who? Aquarius. Okay. So Aquas, you are so in the thick of this, it's not even funny. And I hope you're not operating under your shadow side, because that's particularly not good. Because if you are, you're going to be more apt to try to run from this, and you should not. Okay? Just trust me, it's better not to run from your problems, okay? Anyway, okay, what else have we got? Mercury, the messenger, is clicking into Aries too. So, yeah. So many of you probably received correspondence notes somehow, some way, or you sent them. Because remember, this card was talking about correspondence. So, and you really need to look at the details, okay? And like I said, somebody's got somebody in somebody's crosshairs in the last reading. And they do. Doesn't mean they're the good guy. They could be operating out of either side. But anyway, let's look at this card. It says details, details. The most powerful patterns are created within the tiniest details. Pay attention. So they really want you, whatever this correspondence is, it's important, and you really need to look at the fine print. Okay? That means no matter what kind of legal thing you may be embroiled in, or whatever this might be about, pay attention to the tiniest things. Okay? This is a time to be aware of the fine print in all areas of your life. Look at the details and leave the broad strokes for another time. When this card appears in a reading, it's a sign to finesse a project, make small but meaningful gestures, or add a personal touch to your correspondence. Be aware that what you need to know lies in the details. Okay. Lies, lies in the details. There might be lies being told. Remember, words always have two meanings. Somebody's lying. Pay attention to the details. If you're entering into an agreement of any kind, pay attention to them before, not after, when it's too late. Clarity and transparency are key. You can gain great understanding by observing the minute body language, offhand remarks, and fleeting facial expressions that reveal a larger picture. In reversed, because some of you need to hear this, heed the gentle warning that perfectionism will not lead you to what you desire, but instead will steer you away from it. Nothing will be good enough when you become obsessed with being perfect. No one can ever measure up to your scrutiny, and nothing that you can ever do will assuage that general feeling of not being up to par. You're perfect already, just as you are. Also, this challenges you to accept things as they are in all their imperfections. So if you're trapped in this, we had the Eight of Swords in the prior reading. If you're stuck in this mess, you just are, okay? In all its imperfections. Step into the world and engage it without any expectation. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, okay? So if you're stuck in the middle and you're fight, stand up and stand up for the little guy, okay? This is definitely about attorneys and things of that nature. Law. Yeah. And a bit of ugliness. But if you just, it's the shenanigans of the holodeck. You're being tested. So be the graceful ballerina and dance your way through it. And de-stress. It's not worth stressing over. It really isn't. Okay, so the King of Swords is a celestial king who has mastered focus, clarity, and insight. He embodies the elements of fire, spirit, and air, mind, balancing and integrating the fiery masculine life force with brilliant intellect, resulting in divine reasoning that expands into an intense passion for truth and justice. The King of Swords is a mediator between heaven and earth. His lightning-fast mind gives him the ability to think abstractly, igniting keen insight and groundbreaking ideas. Groundbreaking ideas. So some of you may be starting something new, but yeah, pay attention to the details on contracts. He is a master visionary, bridging the order of nature with the expansion of science to a higher octave of understanding and balance. The King of Swords is the mastermind of his brother kings, bringing thought into action. He's a tactician, scientist, a surgeon, an attorney, somebody that I also call the King of Swords the specialist. Okay. He is an adventurer of the mind, exploring and testing its limits. There we go with the testing. Yep, it's test time. And your limits are going to be tested. Trust. His genius intellect sees beyond the horizon of ordinary minds. The King of Swords has mastered fair and sound discernment. He speaks from divine truth, seeking truth and authenticity in all beings and things. Unfortunately, we're in a world full of people that are not authentic and not going to tell the truth. So much to the point, if you find yourself having to record your conversations with somebody, I don't think you should be having those conversations unless it's one of those have-to situations. And please, by all means, record them. Because people are a bunch of, yes, unfortunately, they will not tell the truth. He is a man of great power, ruling his kingdom with wisdom and integrity. He represents an informed, fair judge in all of us. The King of Swords symbolizes intellectual leadership. His shrewd, analytical mind and stern character may be intimidating, but one can always trust his authority. He acts from the highest standards and is never reckless in his decision-making. He has courage and strength to make the difficult decisions that others are afraid or unwilling to make. His profound wisdom and insight bridges the moral laws of humanity with the spiritual laws and the laws of nature. His vision for his kingdom is to bring moral evolution and awareness of the responsibility that we all share collectively for the greater good. When the King of Swords enters, he indicates a time of moving in new directions with purpose and clarity. The king signals a time to trust your inspirations, putting new ideas into action. He brings opportunity to expand and open your mind, viewing life situations with a broader perspective. Truth and clear communication will become a must in your life. The King of Swords encourages you to follow your path of truth. He asks you, are you living your life true to your soul self? Your soul self will connect you to the divine, bringing peace and clarity. When you channel divine truth and wisdom, heightened mental clarity is available and spiritual breakthroughs or aha moments occur. That's the Ace of Swords that he holds in his hand. The truth will set you free. Absolutely. When the King of Swords enters, legal situations or major decisions needing discernment may occur. Be informed, exercise your intellect, and trust your intuition before you come to a conclusion or judgment. The King of Swords can represent someone counseling you or advising you in legal situations. He can indicate an interest in the legal world or in psychology. Needed information to help solve a problem may be coming to you, bringing mental peace and healing. You may become a leader of a new concept or program. The king brings a powerful intellectual time where truth brings vision and success. In the image of the King of Swords, the king sits on his white eagle throne. Eagles soar high in the sky, viewing Earth from a heightened perspective. They symbolize connecting to the spiritual realms, bringing divine thought down to the physical. The white eagle embodies the courage and strength to live by spiritual truth. The king's crown, sword, and shield shine with the eight-pointed star of balance, harmony, and cosmic order. It also represents the seal of a prophet and oneness with God Creator. The eight-pointed star represents the concept, as above, so below. The sun that shines from the king's head, showing his connection to divine intellect. The spirals on his blue gown express his understanding and connection to the cosmos in relation to the cycles of Mother Earth. The king's deep violet cloak represent his open crown chakra, receiving divine thought. Violet is associated with spirituality and alignment with the divine. The sea of stars on his cloak bring inherent memories. They embody the multitude of possibilities available to each of us, as well as hope and healing. The double-edged sword, metaphorically, is the sword of judgment that cuts both ways. The double-edged sword also symbolizes the soul and spirit in balance. The sword must always be kept in balance to bring clear and just judgment. The three kingfisher birds signify the evolution of intellectual perspectives and intuition, bringing inspired visions and manifestation of one's destiny. The number 3 is associated with creation. So there you go. I hope this reading benefits you. This is, after all, a survival guide in the age of Aquarius, and I want to thank you from the deepest depths of my heart for your wonderful comments and everything you do to support the channel. It's very gratifying. And my adoration, which is a big word for love and gratitude, all in one little lump. Okay? Anyway, do have a good one, okay? And hang in there. Stand for what's true and right. Always. Talk to you later.